Well, you can make some form of comic with just about any art software if you try. Choosing quality art software that is geared toward the unique needs of comic making can make your life easier. There are programs across every operating system and price range, even free, and community resources like video tutorials and brush packs for many of them. But before we get into it, hi! I'm Delphina. I make a fantasy adventure webcomic called Somnolus at somnolus.com. I also co-host this fun little podcast called Screen Tones, where we talk about anything and everything webcomics. You can find all kinds of episodes about what we've talked about in the past at screentonescast.com. Now, let's get into things good comic making programs and apps have in common. Number 1, ability to handle large files at print resolution. This means 300 dpi, in case you ever want to print your comics in the future. Number 2, layer functionality. This keeps your art and your panels and your text separate and editable. Very important. Number 3, connectivity with pressure-sensitive tablet hardware. We'll go over some of those suggestions in a little bit, but what this does is emulate the drawing experience. Number 4, connectivity with your operating system. Not every program works on every computer or tablet. And number 5, this is a little optional, but an active user base who is invested in making tutorials is really nice. While you can go it alone, the more popular a program is, the more resources you have from the community when you get stuck. Alright, so let's get into some software recommendations. First one on my list is Clip Studio. Clip Studio software is specifically made with comics in mind, and it comes with built-in word bubbling, paneling, 3D modeling, rulers, so many helpful tools. Clip Studio has frequent sales and is very actively engaged in the comic making community, which is nice, and integrating a lot of new features like webtoon scrolling and time-lapse recording in their recent versions, that's not too bad either. And they're pretty reasonably priced, about $55 for Clip Studio Paint. And then if you want some of the fancier features like multi-page files and more robust animation tools, you can get Clip Studio Paint EX for about $240. The subscription model is about $5 a month and $9 a month respectively, and it works across Windows, Mac OS, iPad, iPhone, Galaxy, Android, Chromebook. I believe some of the tablet-based versions are only subscriptions, so that's the thing you want to keep in mind, but otherwise very popular with the webcomic artists because it was really made for us. Next up is Procreate. Procreate is made with digital painting in mind. It is iPad only and specifically tooled for touch response and the iPad Pencil, which it is integrated with pretty smoothly, and a lot of people like this one because it emulates the feel of physical drawing. It also allows integrated export of process videos to share on social media, so that's nice. One interesting thing here is the larger your canvas and or the higher the DPI, the fewer layers you'll have to work with, presumably to keep things manageable processing-wise. Pricing is about $13, so again, pretty reasonable deal if you're working on an iPad. Sai, which is short for Easy Paint Tool Sai, is a lightweight painting software with very smooth painting functionality. As of Sai 2, the program now has some shape and text tool functionality, though it is still kind of limited when it comes to tools for assembling art into a comic page format. The big plus for me is that it's not very resource intensive, so if you're working on an older system and you want something that's not going to crash a lot, this can still get you what you need. It's got a free trial period to see if you like it, and then $50 after that, and it is for Windows. Krita is an open source art program. It has raster and vector graphics capabilities, and it's designed primarily for digital painting and 2D animation. It has nice gesture and hotkey commands to make switching tools quick and easy, and this program is free. So big plus if you're strapped for cash. It is available for Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Android, and the Chrome OS. Medibang is another free digital painting and manga creation software. The smartphone and tablet versions are particularly optimized for mobile devices and have auto cloud backup, which is nice. Particularly neat for comic creators are the comic page file types, which include page margins and guidelines, and the Edge Pen, which allows you to create adjustable speech bubbles. Again, this one is free and available for Windows, Mac OS, iPad, iPhone, and Android. And last, Adobe Photoshop. Adobe Photoshop is the oldest and most established art program out there, and the PSD file format it uses is a standard that most other art programs also try to align to. Many brushes and resources have been developed for it over the years. It is very multi-purpose and used across many artistic disciplines. So while it can do almost everything the other programs can do, it isn't specifically made with comic artists in mind. It's also the only option that has a recurring subscription fee, which can be a hard hit unless you're getting the software through work or school. Subscription is about $20 a month, and availability is for Windows, Mac, and iPad. So, to go along with your art software, you'll want the right hardware. This either means a tablet that you plug into your computer or a tablet that is its own mini computer that you can load your drawing applications onto and start drawing. There are a lot of options out there by different manufacturers, but they all fall into these general categories. Pen tablets connect with a USB cable or Bluetooth or dongle to your laptop or desktop and allow pressure-sensitive drawing with the included stylus. The disconnect between your hand and the drawing display can have a bit of a learning curve, but your options will be more economical across the board as many companies have shifted focus to on-screen pen displays at this point. Buying a pen tablet new runs anywhere from $70 to $250, but it's very possible to find used or refurbished versions. Sizing-wise, the small ones are about 9 by 7 inches, and the medium ones are 12 by 9 inches, and the two recommended brands we have for good pressure sensitivity are Wacom's Intuos model and Zenslab's pen tablet. On-screen pen tablet displays are dedicated drawing tablets that have pressure sensitivity and integrated tools for art programs and let you draw directly on the display. Brand-wise, Wacom and Zenslabs tend to be on the more expensive side, and Huion and XP Pen tend to be on the more economical side, but they all have solid offerings. You can expect to pay anywhere from $220 to $750 for a 12 to 13 inch small tablet, $400 to $1,600 for a 15 by 19 inch, and $900 to $2,600 for a larger 20 to 24 inch tablet. The brands we recommend are the Wacom Cintiq Pro, the Zenslabs Pen Display, the Huion Canvas Pro, and the XP Pen's Artist Pro. And then your standard Apple and Android tablets can also be used for art. These tablets aren't made for artists, but will be lighter and more portable, and have more normal tablet functionality while also allowing you to connect to an app-based art program. You can also get screen textures to affect the feel of the drawing and ability to draw in bright spaces. Separate Android Pen and Apple Pencil compatibility varies, so be sure to do your research. Pricing ranges are about $250 to $800 for an Android tablet and $350 to $2,000 for the iPad. Drawing-wise, the iPad 10 Air Pro and the Samsung Galaxy tablet are what a lot of artists prefer, but you might also check out the Xiaomi Pad 6. It's pretty nice for drawing too and more economical. Everyone has different preferences and needs, but we hope this helps you get a basic idea of what the possibilities are with digital hardware and software. And if you want to hear more about our digital medium tips and approaches, look for our Mediums episode from season 1 of our podcast, and listen to all of our podcast episodes at screentonescast.com. And hey, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe here on YouTube if you found this video helpful. Thanks, everybody.